Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Real Late on Hot 97. If you're just joining us, my name is Peter Rosenberg. We've been doing it. If you're really just joining us, we've been doing it every Sunday night for 7 years. And July 23rd, Best Buy Theater, Action Bronson, Schoolboy Q, Danny Brown, and much more. Peter Palooza 3 goes down. Right now, my man is in the building, Chevy Woods.
Yeah, what up, what up, what up?
Young Chevy.
Yes, sir.
AKA, according to the internet, Kevin Woods.
Yep.
Government on blast.
Bam.
Holla. You're Taylor Gang.
Yes, sir.
You're down with Wiz.
Yes, sir.
Have been forever. Originally from the Berg as well.
Yep.
Originally from that 412.
Yep.
Tell people if people haven't heard the name Chevy Woods, but have not been familiar with what you're all about. Catch people up to speed with what Chevy Woods been doing.
I've been working. Well, right now I've been working on my single 30 Deep,
which is dope, and we're gonna get to that in a minute.
I appreciate it. Just going around, trying to get people familiar with my face, with my music. Everybody always puts the homeboy thing on me. They say I'm just Wiz's homeboy. So I just want to show them what I could do. Now
that is the downside that a lot of times people don't think about when it comes to being under someone, pause if you will, or like associated with someone. Now obviously, let's start real quick. Where does you and Wiz's relationship begin?
I met him when he was 16 at Addy Lab Studio.
And you were how old? You were the same age, roughly?
No, I'm 7 years older than him, so I was 23.
Oh, so you're a few years older than him.
Yeah.
And you were already in the lab working, blah, blah, blah. Y'all became homies.
Yep.
And I'm sure you helped him early on.
Yeah, we helped each other. This was a dream of his. I was in the streets running around, so I was like his OG, his old head. It was just like everybody in the city was saying he's this, he's that, and they never really took the time to find out who he really was. And I actually took the time to find out who he really was, and that's the homie.
So at that point, you weren't really doing music?
Yeah, I was doing music, but I was just like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
And the other foot in the street.
Yeah.
Just running around.
Yep.
So you start hanging out, blah, 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 blah. Things start moving really well for Wiz. That's great. And you're right along with them. And there's a ton of upside to that, obviously, when your homie gets a huge opportunity. But then, yes, you also have the opportunity of, you also have the double-edged sword of people then thinking you're either like a weed roller or a hanger-oner or a whatever.
Yep.
So has that part been annoying at times?
Yeah, of course. Everybody always just says, oh, you're never going to do this because Wiz is this type of superstar. And then I'm just like, you never know what can happen.
Well, it's funny because I've known the passion that Will and everyone over at Taylor Gang has always had for you. And I can tell the passion they have for you is not one out of obligation for you being a homie. It's out of belief. Right. In your own superstar potential.
Yeah. That's the truth. That everything that they set out to do for me, they're doing, and I'm just trying to work hard so everything can get done.
And right now, Wiz is out in Europe.
Yep.
And you're here just working on your own grind.
Yep. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, man.
So what's this record about we're about to play?
30 Deep is just how we usually move everywhere we go. The whole Taylor Gang, events. Even if we're at cookouts, maybe at my mom's house, at Wiz's crib, it's usually 30 of us. So, we named it 30 Deep, and it's just like a homeboy type of song for you and your homies.
Now, when you guys roll, we'll get into the record in a second. When you guys are rolling that deep, you do it in L.A., you guys are that deep as well? You moved out there as well?
It might be about 20.
So maybe 20 deep in L.A.?
Yeah.
But most of the people with you in L.A. are still original people from Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
So how does that work? For your homies, not you. You're a professional artist. You're working, blah, blah, blah. You're doing dates. You're doing this, that, and the next. Do other people move out there and just figure out, like, damn, everything's moving out here, so I want to be out here too? Do you then go get a job? You know what I'm saying? You're out there. Now you're with the team, but you got to do something day to day. Wiz can't just be handing out cash.
Right. People pick up their own niches of what they want to do in music. You know what I mean? Of course, you can't sit around us all day and just chill out. You know what I mean? People, there's the merch homies that sell the clothes. There's everything for people to do. But so
it is a pretty big operation though, in terms of there being things within Taylor Gang for people to do.
Yeah, it's way more than what people see.
Can you explain I've talked to Wiz about this before, but in your eyes, the origins of Taylor, what that means, what makes someone embody Taylor Gang to you?
As a fan?
As a person who's involved, either one.
I just think that, like, for me, I got it tattooed on me, so for me it's in blood, it's forever. But we just build up I just think this movement that Wiz had a idea of, and we talked about in like basement studios and everything, and like right now everything is just coming to like a full circle with Juicy, Ty, and Burner and Tukey, and everybody's working now. Tukey's on tour, Burner just got off tour, Ty just got off tour, and they're about to go on tour again. So everybody's over here working. It's like nonstop. If you see Wiz doing all this work, and he's a superstar already, I mean, how are you going to slack off?
Wiz is a workaholic.
Right.
This man stays in the lab.
Right.
Who is everyone in the crew a pretty? I mean, it seems like Ty's working very hard as well.
Yeah.
He seems to be about that life.
Yeah.
Were you confident that Ty would get the opportunities he's getting right now? Because I mean, he's now becoming a guy that you can get on a record and kind of help turn your record into a hit. Like he's becoming a hit maker in that sense.
Right. That's why, I mean, I like to sit in the studio and just pick his brain, you know what I'm saying, and see what he has to talk about, what I did, let him listen to my music. He's a great artist, first of all, and he's a great musician because he plays instruments, and he can tell you how something sounds. So for him, I just thought that the time would come for him to set up his situation, and when he came with the Paranoid song, that set up his situation.
What do you do outside of hip hop?
I chill with my family.
When you say your family, do you mean your own family?
Yeah.
Who is that?
My girlfriend. Her name is Ebony, and my daughter Alexis.
And you have my wife's Alexa. That's close. And how old's your daughter?
12.
Wow, you have a real child.
Yeah, she's going to the
She's
6th
a person.
grade. Yeah.
And are they in LA with you? They in Pittsburgh?
No, they're in Pittsburgh. I still stay in Pittsburgh too. I'm just in LA like 2 or 3 weeks out of every month.
So you go back to Pittsburgh at least once a week a month.
Yeah.
You still spend a good amount of time at home.
Yep.
How is that for you? Is it enough time? Is it hard when you're out there working and you're away from your daughter?
Yeah, she. I mean, FaceTime and everything, of course, but in the physical is totally different. You know what I mean? Anytime I can get her to come to where I'm at, I always, get her a ticket, or her mom is driving. You know what I mean? Just to see them and get that feeling of balance. You know what I mean? Being able to chill with my family and then go do the music.
How much love is there? Like, everyone knows what Wiz is seen like in Pittsburgh. How is it for the rest of you guys in Pittsburgh?
It's great. We go out, we do what we want, not against the law, but we do what we want. You know what I mean? We hang out.
People treat y'all pretty good though.
Yeah. It's pretty normal. You know what I mean? People want to see us. It's not just or y'all coming out as Wiz with y'all. You know what I mean? People want to see everybody.
That's an interesting. What do you think? What do you think of Pittsburgh as a hip hop city? I mean, up until you guys, there was not much of a conversation of what Pittsburgh meant hip hop wise. Pittsburgh's an interesting city with a real, deep blue collar history. It's an underrated city in a lot of ways. I think it's got a lot of beauty to it that a lot of people may not realize. But there wasn't any real hip hop scene that we knew of. I'm from a different place, and in DC, it was similar in that there wasn't a big known scene, and a lot of people talked about DC having a sort of crabs in the barrel mentality. Which happens to a lot of markets that haven't had people get on before.
Right.
What is Pittsburgh like that, or do you consider Pittsburgh to be more supportive?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. It's a lot of rappers. It's a lot of rappers with talent that don't have the outlets, that we may have right now, that they may need. It's just a melting pot of everything. You got trap music. You got conscious rap music. You got the backpack, as they say. You know what I mean? And street music. And everybody just has their own lane out there. It's just not the outlets. That's all.
Where were you guys to start out with in that world? Were you backpack more? Were you street? Where did it start before it all got crazy?
Well, for me, it was street. You know what I mean? And it was just strictly that. Like, I didn't really know how to actually make songs. You know what I mean? And make them sound big and pick the right production. So it was just like street music for me, and just recording mixtapes and paying studio time with dope money and just getting it off.
Okay, let's talk about weed for a second.
Yep.
Are you in the same ballpark weed smoking wise as Wiz?
Hell no.
Not even close.
Nope.
You're real about that.
Yep.
You like to smoke a little weed.
Yeah.
Here and there.
I go to sleep when it's time to go to sleep.
So, are you a daily smoker?
Yeah.
So you have a joint at night, blah blah blah. You're doing something, you want to watch a movie, blah blah blah. But it's not a wake and smoke and stay smoking kind of situation.
I definitely got to wake and smoke. It's about 6 joints a day, maybe.
Okay, so you are still, compared to the average mortal man, a heavy weed smoker.
Right.
But next to Superman,
man, you're nothing.
It's a lot.
Yes.
It's real.
Yeah, it's very real. I seen him actually smoke Snoop under the table. So
I've heard that before.
yeah, it's not a myth. It's real.
And that actually happened.
Yeah.
Has this experience that run you guys have been on allowed you to smoke in some pretty cool situations with some pretty cool people?
Yeah. First of all, with Snoop, that's number one.
I mean, that's just
yeah, you know, and Daz, of course. I mean, it's pretty much that crew of people. You know what I mean? That we looked up to in Pittsburgh, the West Coast feeling. You know, so just to be able to smoke with them, and I smoke with B Real, so that was dope. Yeah.
That's a pretty good situation.
It's like the upper echelon.
And when it comes to that weed smoke,
Redman and Method Man is we'll smoke with them, but
I mean, and Bob Marley. If you get Marley, you don't don't rush to that though. Let's not rush to that. One day we'll all have our chance.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Chevy Woods. When's the album coming out? When can people get music besides this record?
I'm working on the EP right now, so this record will be on the EP late August. So I'll be coming up with the name within the next week and coming up with a track list and the artwork.
All right, and it's 30 Deep out on iTunes right now?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you can get 30 Deep on iTunes. His name is Chevy Woods. Pittsburgh, stand up. Real Late Hot 97. We have a throwback coming up next. My name is Peter Rosenberg. Let's do it.